It is September 7th. In
Yes.
10 days, I hit the road bound for Lincoln, New Mexico, and the coalition convention kicks off September 20th.
20th.
So, Josh, welcome. How you doing, man?
Outstanding, buddy. Really good. I want everybody to notice that we are actually 2 minutes ahead of schedule. So that still leaves us about 20 minutes in the hole for all the times that we're usually about 5 minutes late. But hopefully people anticipated and we can get a good group tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Yeah,
different theme
absolutely.
tonight. But what have you been going on? What have you been doing, man? Before we dive into too much, anything new?
Well, I'm still doing the Billy stuff, of course, always, but I've been digging into a lot of different folks, Wild West traveling, medicine men, that kind of thing. And just let everybody know that we have that Rest of the West membership level now. It's a buck a month, and I get to talk about all the other things outside of Billy World that I enjoy. And
Yeah.
it's just a cool little extra if you want to engage and dig into the extracurricular Billy stuff. Great place to do it. If not, stick around for the Billy content, all free all the time. Other than that, not up to much. It's good to see everybody again. It's our monthly live show. We used to do this every Sunday, man. Could you imagine that?
I don't know how. I don't know. A lot of rambling and talking about stupid stuff. I don't know how we did it every Sunday, but we did. Good group going so far. All the loyals.
Yep.
Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I see you're doing a lot of Frank James stuff. Is that going to be on the next of the? Is that something you're working on for the rest of the West, or is that just a passing fad of yours?
Yeah, actually, I wrote something up on Frank James last night, real quick, and I'll be doing a video on it. And also shot a little piece over to Mark Boardman at the Epitaph, see if he's interested in running it. We'll see if he is or not. If not, that's cool. I'll always do a video on it. So yeah, that's interesting. I just finished a book on Jesse James, so I'm like in Jesse James land. A lot of people I see are chatting about getting to come to the convention. Paul, Donna, Rollin, Colin. It's going to be great to meet some of these folks and have in-person conversations and talk Billy at the sites. So that'll be fun. We thought we would gather today sounds like we're in a church. we're gathered here together today. We thought we would talk about the convention, answer anybody's questions in real time here if they have any, talk about the itinerary, what's going on, and just iron things out. So we're just going to dedicate the whole live to that tonight. And of course, any random oddball questions anybody might have about Billy, we're always happy to talk about that too. So yeah, here we are. You might notice my angle is a bit different. I got this huge monitor, Josh, and the thing is so tall that if I put the webcam on the monitor, it's like looking, you see the top of my head. I had to switch it to my other monitor.
You do good things, James, and we're just moving up from here, buddy.
That's right, man.
Yeah, I did notice that the angle is different. But yeah, let's would love to talk Jesse James with you at some point.
We'll do it, Donna.
Yeah, I know Donna and Mark Lee Gardner are good friends, and I know Mark is very knowledgeable on Jesse. So Mark might be maybe a good guest in the future for some Rest of the West episode or something like that. That's something to we'll make Mel write that down when she watches this tomorrow morning.
I'm actually I talked to Mark yesterday about coming on the show, and we'll talk, of course, about his book. Whoa, Dean, thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Well, of course, we'll talk a lot about his book, To Hell on a Fast Horse, about Billy and Pat Garrett, and that's always been since the beginning one of my favorite books on the subject. But also, he's an avid Jesse James aficionado, so I'm sure we'll cover some of those bases too. So, yeah, hope to have Mark on soon.
Yeah, let's talk convention. On that while we're rambling and I'm jumping all over the place. Make sure anybody has any questions to throw them in the comments. If there's anything we can answer directly. Obviously, if you're watching this at a later time, we can't answer it live. Make sure and email James or I. I think I can't attest to your email, James, but I believe mine even has my phone number attached to it. So if I email you back,
Yeah.
just text me. I want to make sure everybody can get everything out of the trip, because I know even though the tickets were $30 is not much. I recognize that most of y'all are driving a considerable distance, so we're trying to get y'all the most bang for your buck.
My email signature also has your number on it, so yeah, that's right.
Well, I put Mel's on mine, so I guess she can get all the phone calls. So you're okay. So you're coming up. So you're gonna leave West Virginia. You and Mel are coming up, and I guess you'll roll in probably Friday, right? I know the bulk of us are kind of coming in Friday.
As soon as we can, without just exhausting myself driving. It's a long trek, man, but
it is. It is.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I thought maybe we could kind of just go. What I'm kind of having in mind here is let's just go over the schedule a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit more detail about what we're going to do for any that have questions, and then we'll go over the site locations that we provide everybody maps to, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about those. Maybe I can give some people some more advice on how to access those, or a lot of the questions I'm getting are people trying to figure out the best way to fit everything in their schedule as much as they can. So we'll kind of go over that. So yeah, as of now, well, as of permanently, everything is going to kick off that Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Again, that's New Mexico time, obviously, at Amy's place at the Ellis House. We'll do a pretty cool little meet and greet there. Everybody that's bought tickets, we got your shirts there, all that sort of stuff. We'll kind of shake hands, hang out for a little bit. Amy, I'm sure, will give us the tour of her place, which is an absolutely fascinating place. As cool as the house is, personally, my favorite part of the entire property is going down to the corral, where the regulators stayed at, kept their horses at. A good majority of all that is original. The original structure, the original corral. It's probably one of the coolest parts of Lincoln, in my opinion. So I'm anxious to have everybody see that. But yeah, so we'll meet there. We'll hang out there for about an hour or so, and then we'll go over to the visitor center, which is probably, I'm guessing, 100 yards or so from the Ellis House. We'll meet there, and there we'll do the most dangerous street tour in America. Our homie Brandon Dixon will be providing that tour. Again, those of y'all that have not seen it, it's an amazing tour. I've seen it once. Great. The guy's just so much knowledge of Lincoln. Even stuff outside of the Billy the Kid realm, he's just super knowledgeable about. And I'm going to go ahead and say this: he's such a nice guy, so he's not going to say this, but he's doing this to help out the coalition. He's not charging us, and I'm unbelievably grateful for that. However, the dude does take tips, so please be kind and please tip your tour guide, because Brandon does an amazing job, and he's doing all this off the kindness of his heart. So help a guy out, help his dog out. He brings his dog everywhere with him. So help Rover get a new jacket or something. So help him out, guys. So yeah, so we're going to do that. That's anywhere between an hour and a half as far as that goes. That'll usually end up in at the courthouse is most likely, I think, how Brandon usually concludes that, which is a great spot to end, because we could probably spend all 2 hours there at the courthouse. After the courthouse, we're going to break for a little bit once that tour ends, and we're kind of giving everybody about a 2-hour break for lunch. And the reason that is there's just not a lot of options in Lincoln to eat if people aren't from Lincoln. So my recommendations is, if you don't bring food with you, you can go up to Capitan, which is, 15 minutes up the road, maybe.
Right.
There's 2 or 3 pretty good eating places in Capitan. I've eaten at all of them. All of them are great. Well, there's not a lot of options, so right. But yeah, so run up to Capitan, get you something to eat, and then we're going to kick back off again in Lincoln at 2:00. So once we kick back off in Lincoln again, we'll be at the church. Again, there's 2 churches in Lincoln. We'll be at the main one, which is right across from the Tunstall store. We're going to be there for a couple hours. We're going to do an author meet and greet, book signing, that sort of thing. Barry, for me personally, that's going to be the pinnacle of everything for me. I'm really excited about that. We've got Roy Young's coming in. I just talked to Roy yesterday. He's bringing books with him, specifically his Chasing Billy book that he's going to be selling and autographing. David Thomas will be there with us as well. He's got, I don't know, 6 or 7 books on the kid. He's pretty much bringing all of them to sell, autograph, that sort of stuff. John LeMay. John's got more books out than Stephen King, so he'll bring a lot of those. I specifically requested. He told me he's going to bring some of his Ash Upson books, his Tall Tales of Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett. He's got a new book out, Haunted Lincoln, which is really, really good. I ordered that the other day. He's going to bring that as well. So, and who else are we missing? I don't know. I forget. Roy. Okay, we talked about Roy already. Oh, Donna Tatum. Sorry, Donna. Donna is actually going to kick it all off for us. She's gracious enough, and she's going to be bringing. Which I'm telling everybody this because I want you to bring your money and help support Donna. She is bringing the Dudley Court of Inquiry books. Beautiful set. Beautiful, beautiful. Probably the best collection or collector set I've ever seen on a book is the 2-volume set that she has on that her and her dad did. She's going to be bringing those to sell those, and she's going to talk to us for, I don't know, I think she'll have the floor for 20 or 30 minutes talking about the research that went behind that and a lot of the things that her dad did. So really excited to have her with us as well. So yeah, so we're going to have 4 different authors and historians talking and sharing their experiences and selling their stuff. So, and then of course, once we do that, we've got questions for each one of them that are kind of geared towards their particular area of expertise. And then we'll do an open floor where we can all ask them questions and whatnot. So, James,
I do want to say, just to show folks the Dudley Court of Inquiry set is just an awesome.
It is.
Slip case on it, 2 volumes. It's really an invaluable primary collection of primary source material to have. And I don't have the dust jacket because I'm not a huge fan of dust jackets, but Roy's book is weirdo. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's well made. Chasing Billy the Kid. It's like a coffee table size book almost, and the pages are like glossy laminate, and it's just chock full of so much information, pictures. Billy the Kid Coalition bookmark in there if you saw it.
I did.
Really good book. So those, you're gonna want to bring your money for these books. It's and this is both of them.
Yeah, and this is a good way to get them autographed as well. Which I know a lot of people that are serious about their book collections getting them autographed from us. So yeah, Donna, I don't know how many copies she's bringing, but I told her to bring as many as she can because those are on a very limited basis. I know that once she sells the remaining copies she has left, we ain't doing that no more, as she tells me. So I didn't get a chance to read that comment. Was it good?
He was insulting us. I don't know. I don't listen to a thing Massimo says. So.
Nah, I what I do listen to, I can't understand. So no, that's fair.
Limited run. I've got. This camera always confuses me. 6 out of 50. I got number 6 of the Dudley book.
Nice.
So,
yeah. And I need to. I may end up buying. So I've got a copy, but I've got the first edition that her dad put out, and it's softback. It's not as nice as those, but I hate to get rid of mine because mine is signed by Leon Metz. So because he did the intro to the original one, so I need to pony up and buy the one that you've got also, just because they are so nice. So bring your money. I hope that Donna can sell out of those because I know that's been a huge project for her. So we'll have that. James, your book on Wild, we're going to be selling that. We're going to charge people like $500 a pop just to meet you and for your autograph because that's how James rolls.
Oh, I didn't know we were giving him a discount.
They drove a long way, James. Be nice. I'll have copies of my Poe book there to sell. We're gonna have Coalition journals. some children's books. I've got a lot of copies of Alan Barker's Billy the Kid Quiz 2 and his novel Kid with Fast Hands.
Great book. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that's such a good little book. I know
It
a lot of our
is.
members already have it, but if you're not a member and you want another copy of it or want a copy to give somebody, it's absolutely invaluable. It's such a good little book. So
it really is.
So yeah, that'll take a couple hours. And after that's over, we'll take a little break. We're going to meet back at the Ellis House at 4:30ish. Again, this is a fluid deal. We're all friends, so we'll play it by ear. But as of now, we'll meet back at 4:30. We're going to do the presentation of the monument that we're doing at the Ellis House. I've seen it, James. I know you've seen it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's comparable to what we did at Stinking Springs. Aaron and his family down in Waco did an absolutely amazing job. Can't thank those guys enough. Yeah, Aaron will be there helping us do the presentation on that monument. And then at 5 o'clock, we're going to eat. And Mike, you know Mike. You've heard of Mike, right? Yeah, that guy.
I hope I get a chance to meet him this time around.
Mike's smoking some ribs and some brisket, and we're gonna do some barbecue, and we're gonna probably drink a little bit, and there's this shady fella named Townsend that's supposed to play some music. I don't know if he's gonna make an appearance or not.
Yeah, but, look, we'll see. The folks are already sending the requests in for all the Bon Jovi YouTube Young Guns 2 hits.
Oh yeah,
and
if I don't, James,
man, I don't know if my vocal range can reach that level.
James, I'm just telling you right now that if you don't play Blood Money, you're fired from the coalition. You no longer have a standing on the board. I'm just telling you right now.
I played it for you last time.
I know, and if I've sang it at karaoke, and if I can pull it off, I know you can pull it off. So.
Hey, yeah. You know, I haven't had a cigarette since July 24th, so my vocal range might be right where it needs to be for some Bon Jovi.
A little Bon Jovi. All right. You know, so yeah, so we're gonna do that. We've got a couple other people that might perform. Hopefully they show up. So that's still kind of tentative just because of people's schedule. But either way, we got James playing for us. Aaron is going to be emceeing. Guy's freaking crazy. He's going to be on the mic. So if James has to take a smoke break, I feel confident that Aaron.
I'm not gonna. July 24th. I haven't had one since then. I'm not taking a smoke break.
All right.
Don't you put that on me? Don't put it on me, man.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. So yeah, it's going to be a good night. We'll take that out till about 10 o'clock that night. Not that I don't like to get a little crazy and party later than that, but it is Lincoln. So I'm going to try and take this second to remind everybody to, like on a very serious note, let's have a good time. It's BYOB. Let's enjoy each other's company. But it's still Amy's house. And Lincoln, if you have been there, you understand the environment of Lincoln. It's a very quaint, quiet, just magical, beautiful little place. So let's respect that. And let's not get Amy kicked out of out of town because we go too hard when James starts playing Bon Jovi, which can happen. I understand. So yeah, so we'll go till about 10 o'clock. We'll start up, and then Sunday. Sunday's kind of a different vibe. We're going to basically, my advice to everyone, and we'll kind of get into that in a minute when we start talking about the tour, the site locations. But I would encourage everybody Sunday morning, get up bright and early, take advantage of the morning, mid-afternoon, early afternoon, go see some of these sites that we'll talk about in a minute. And then we're going to all meet in Fort Sumner at Billy's grave at 1 o'clock. Now, just for anybody that doesn't know, Lincoln to Fort Sumner is about a 2-hour drive, give or take. There's not a lot of radar enforcement, so some of y'all may choose to go faster and break the law, which is never a good thing. But
well, now there's going to be, since you brought it up.
But it is a 2-hour drive. I know. Now we're going to have highway patrol like scouring for us, but no, it's about a 2-hour drive to Fort Sumner. So plan that accordingly. We'll meet at Billy's grave. We'll do a tour of the cemetery. Not only the cemetery, but we'll go out. And James, I know you haven't been there yet. So dude, I'm so freaking excited to take you out there. We're going to go to, the side of the Maxwell House where old Fort Sumner set. We'll give everybody a tour of that, kind of show everybody where all that's at, where everything's set, where the house set. the marker, the monument that's there that marks where the kid fell. We're going to point out the locations for where Beaver Smith Saloon was, where the Gutierrez home, the Gutierrez home was, where he walked from, the parade ground, the peach orchard, all that stuff. We're just going to kind of hopefully recreate the events of that night and kind of give everybody a really good idea of where all that was. So that'll take a little bit of time. We're going to meet back at the grave, or in that parking lot. As you see, there's only one parking lot there. We'll meet back there about 2:30, and then we're going to carpool from there to Stinking Springs. So that's probably a 15-20 minute drive. It's not bad at all. And we'll get to Stinking Springs. I put around 3 o'clock, and then from 3 to 4, we'll visit Stinking Springs, see the monument, kind of give everybody a rundown of the site location there, explain how all the events unfolded there. And again, James, I can't wait to show you there, dude, because like Aaron can attest, Aaron had never been there. And when he went there and helped us put up the site, Aaron laid in the arroyo where Garrett and his men did for like 30 minutes. I couldn't get the dude up. I'm like, he's like laying there with a fake rifle, like trying to get a bead on the angle that Garrett and them would have had. And it's just a fascinating spot. Is there anything authentic in the museum in downtown Fort Sumner? So I didn't, as you'll notice, I didn't incorporate that into the tour. Again, it's just so hard. I mean, if you can get to Fort Sumner sooner, I would recommend going to the museum. So, I would say, and this is just a rough guess, that probably 20% of the museum is dedicated to Billy the Kid. It's a good sized museum with a lot of just other antique-ish style stuff. The stuff exclusive to Billy the Kid you can see pretty quickly. A lot of it's a lot of reading, magazines, old newspaper articles. There's some cool stuff. They've got a couple things of John Tunstall there. I'm trying to think what it is. Maybe his shaving kit, his briefcase. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember now. They've got Jesus Silva's, I think his saddle and some cookware that he had that's supposedly Billy ate out of. They've got a Billy the Kid wall that does have some stuff. Of course, it claims to have his rifle. I personally have serious doubts that that's his rifle, but they do have that. So if you've never been and you're in Fort Sumner, I would recommend going. Is it a must that you just have to see, or your Billy the Kid journey is never going to be complete? I would say no, but they are great people there. They're very nice. So yeah, if you do get a chance, I would definitely go see it.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, that's really quick the rundown on as far as how the events go. Again, Stinking Springs is a good location where we'll all break from there and kind of go our separate ways. For those that are flying out Sunday evening, you can leave Stinking Springs and make it to Albuquerque in a couple hours. Again, if you get a late flight out of Albuquerque, that's very feasible. So other than that, let's see. For those of us unable to attend, we will make maps available in some capacity. So anybody that's, and I'm sorry, Jennifer, I don't have the list of who is specifically coming or not, but so all the people, that purchased tickets, we sent the welcome email out to. With that was a PDF attachment of the, what do we put, 5-6 locations on it. As far as anything being released beyond what that was, as of right now, it is in the works. When it will happen exactly, I don't know. I know we've been working with Delacote. He's the mastermind behind these maps and making them look and pop the way that they do. I know we've sat down. We probably have 60 maps done and completed, just sitting there right now. That that we're going to add some narrative to and all that, and eventually it's going to be a really nice publication. So we have that coming up.
It's really cool because you guys were working on these maps and thinking it would be nice to get the folks coming to this convention some cool maps to be able to find their way around. And then they looked so good. It was like, we need to make these more widely available because they're just so cool. So I'm really excited to see what you guys do with that.
Yeah. And we're kind of almost complete. I mean, there's probably 5 or 6 more locations that I'm waiting to finish. And honestly, our buddy Shane over in Australia, I think I just got a message from him. I think he just landed in Houston like 5 minutes ago.
Nice.
He's I know, Shane, if you're watching this in the airport, hello, buddy. Um,
Yeah, it's starting.
it's starting. I know, man. I'm
First
fucking
first
ready.
touchdown.
Ready. So yeah, I think he flies over to Albuquerque. And anyways, I'm bringing this up because there's a couple locations that I need better photos of for the maps, and Shane's hooking me up. So really,
Nice.
we're getting close to having everything done, and then we'll start formatting it. So hopefully that can get out and give everybody else access to. Hey, awesome! Thank you.
Thanks,
That'll-
Jennifer. Appreciate that.
That'll give everybody else access to all these things that, man, for so many years have just been unavailable to people. I mean, I know I've said it before, but when I got hardcore back into this, God, it's been 6 or 7 years ago now. It was so hard to find these things, and nobody was willing to help, and the few people that knew didn't want to say anything, and I just don't like that. So we've been pretty open with people, as open as we can, and we're going to start sharing this stuff. So yes, Colin, let's talk about Blazers. Sorry, James, I cut you off, buddy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's talk about Blazers.
So Blazers Mill is, I want to go through each one of the site locations real quick. Blazers Mill is one of the locations that we provided y'all a pretty cool detailed map to, not only on how to get there, but we did some overlay work. I say I kind of helped Pierre with knowing where to put it, but it's all Pierre. I mean, it's all our boy Delacote as far as how that looks. But you'll see with that map basically where to go. And yes, Colin, to answer your question, as you go to that spot that's going to be pinned on the map with the barcode, there is like a driveway of sorts, and you can pull in there, and there's plenty of room to park. Now, again, everybody keep in mind, Blazers Mill is private property. Normally, I'd always recommend getting permission to obtain, to get on there first. We've taken care of that for you. Amy knows the Blazer family really well and has already cleared that. So we are good. If you shouldn't have any issues, of course. There are it is a reservation. There are a lot of people walking around. So for some reason, somebody other than the Blazers family does approach you, just tell them who you're with, and you've got permission from the Blazer family. And I mean, again, I've been on there probably 10 times, and other than being approached a couple times and just telling people who I am and what I'm doing, I've never had issues. So we should be good on that. But just, park in the driveway. Once you park in the driveway, you'll see the old Adobe house to your left. That you see in like Nolan's book. Again, keep in mind that was one of Blazer's homes, but that was built, I think, in the 20s. That's not part of the original gunfight scene. The only thing that's still
Colin, if you drop the name Slatton and Townsend anywhere in New Mexico, you got a golden ticket, buddy.
Yeah, that's it, buddy.
That.
Yeah, can't go wrong. But yeah, other than that, if you want to go up the right side, you'll follow up the hill, and then it'll take you right to the family cemetery. Across the highway on the other side of the chain link fence, you will see just a very corner piece of the actual mill. That's the mill building itself. That's pretty much the only actual structure, and it's hard to call that a structure. It's like a 10% of the wall that's still standing. But that probably, under my guesstimations, would have been, within 10 or 15 feet of where where Brewer was at when he was killed. So yeah, go definitely make time to go see Blazers Mill. It's probably from Lincoln to Blazers Mill, you're probably dealing with about a 40 minute drive. So that might be something that's good to go see Saturday or Sunday morning before you come up.
Natalie, we'll take a look. I've gotten a couple other reports about the emails. If anybody has an issue with their emails, the image is not displaying, let us know, and we'll go ahead and try to do a bulk resend out here in a little bit, just to cover the bases, because I've heard that a few times from folks. So we'll get that covered for you.
And on that note, I would also recommend, when you get that, there's that downloadable PDF. Download it or print it out, because again, internet is spotty, and I'd hate for anybody to be dependent on the internet service working to access those maps. I would print them out, because you print them out, and then you're gonna have the QR code that you can then scan with your phone camera and all that. So yeah, we'll double check that and make sure those are good to go. And like I said, probably just do a bulk resend out again. So Blazers Mill, I would work that accordingly. Another one we sent out is Billy's Cave in Portales. Really cool site, very easy to get to. My recommendations on that is I would probably hit that up on your way up to Fort Sumner that Sunday morning. It's not terribly out of the way, maybe half an hour out of the way, give or take. The directions are pretty simple. You literally just pull over the side of the road. There's a parking spot, and then there's a fence right there, and that puts you within probably 30-40 feet of it, and you can see all of it. So last I heard, that was part of the Lions Club of Portales. I think they own the property. It's always been my understanding they've been very open to letting people go and see it, but they're very hard to get a hold of. So just keep that in mind before you go traipsing around on the property. What else? Fort Stanton. We gave everybody a map to Fort Stanton. Not that Fort Stanton's hard to find, but we highlighted two things on it specifically. The site of the Sutter store where Murphy had his store at before building the house in Lincoln. Go see that. You can walk right where it was. You can still see debris from where the foundation was. It's really cool. And then another one of my favorite spots in Fort Stanton is to walk up to the old cemetery, the old post cemetery that still has quite a few people buried in it. Some names you'll recognize. Again, keep in mind, this is where Ollinger, Beckwith, and Crawford were once buried. Again, we've written about that, and I feel like they've since been moved to Santa Fe, but that was the original burial location. So go see that. You can also go see the guardhouse, which held Billy on more than one occasion. Jesse Evans, Dolan, pretty much the who of who at one point in time on both sides of the law was housed at that guardhouse. So that's also another really cool thing to see at Fort Stanton.
Just to show folks, and I know we've already shared this one, so I feel okay sharing it. But that's kind of what the maps look like.
All the maps that y'all are getting will look similar to that, certainly to that style, with some pretty good directions on how to get them. But if you just scan the QR code, that'll take you right to Google Maps, and it will literally take you right to the specific spot. So yeah.
So this QR code right here just takes you to the pin in Google Maps where it is.
Exactly.
Cool.
And then once it takes you to the pin in Google Maps, you can literally just hit directions, and it will steer you right to it. So and like I said, that's a really easy spot to reach. Talk about one more real quick, because we did provide a good map of Fort Sumner, which is kind of self-explanatory, and it's done in the same style as Blazers Mill. You can see all the original structures and the overlaying there. But we did supply a map, a really, really cool, good map to the Tunstall murder site. So let's talk about that one just real fast. Very, very cool site to see. I would recommend pickup truck, maybe 4-wheel drive. Probably don't need 4-wheel drive, but I don't know that I would personally drive my Honda Accord up the mountain. Some of the rocks are rather large, and it can be a little rough. And then once you get up there to the top, and again, the map's pretty detailed, and then you'll have to do about probably a 300-yard hike down a little trail that leads you to it. The map is pretty solid. It's pretty hard to get lost, knock on wood. But be prepared to do a little bit of hiking and have a good vehicle. But it's an amazing sight to see, because it's obviously completely untouched. There's nothing there but the marker itself and the wind. It's an amazing spot to stand. That as well is something you need to allow some time for. Couple hours probably. Just from once you turn off the main road in Glencoe on Tunstall's Canyon, you're probably dealing with a 30-minute drive up the mountain, and then 30 minutes to an hour hiking there and back. So allow yourself a couple hours for that also. But yeah, I know some people that I've talked to are coming in on Thursday so they can go and hit some of these sites up before they get there. Probably a good idea. The Fort Stanton sites, you could probably see while you drive to lunch, or you could probably sneak away at some point in time during the day and make that one. It's pretty close. Same with Blazers Mill. Maybe a good Sunday morning trip. So I don't know. Like I said, if y'all have any suggestions or no, I'm sorry, not suggestions, but any questions or you're coming in from a certain direction or you need any advice on maybe the right way to organize this, holler at one of us and we'll certainly help you out.
Yeah, and I
Man.
think the idea, being that this is our first get together like this,
Hmm.
that we've ever done, and the fact that it's limited to just basically a Saturday and then a Sunday afternoon, a true historical deep dive into something like
Yeah.
this would ideally be like a week long event,
Right.
tons of planning and organization
Mhm.
going into it, all that stuff. But
Right.
the way it's structured, it's kind of the way we had to do it for just a Saturday and a Sunday. So we knew that we had to limit it, our focus, to Lincoln, and
Yeah.
keep Lincoln the central point.
Hmm.
And then that's really what motivated us to provide the maps and give everyone kind of some free time to explore the other things, because I think it would be really cool at some point,
Hmm.
maybe in like a decade or something, after we get some rest from this one, because
Hmm.
just 2 days, but at some point to do
Right.
kind of like a tour across multiple sites, but it would take days
Yeah.
and a lot of organization and funding and all that. But
Hmm.
in lieu of that, the
Yeah.
best thing we could think of is to give folks some time on their own, let them pick the sites, give them awesome maps, and keep it Lincoln focused. And I've had a couple folks ask, it's kind of odd that you're finishing in Fort Sumner and just kind of like ending there.
Hmm.
And it, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, as far as Fort Sumner is from Lincoln,
It's just not
and
practical.
coming back on a Sunday and then ending it would be kind of like redundant, given some people's destinations and where they're headed to
Right.
get back home. So,
Hmm.
that's just the call we made, that let's wrap it up at Stinking Springs, where, one
Hmm.
of our best monuments that we've placed as a coalition has been so far, one of our greatest accomplishments as we see it. So it's a
Right.
great place to just put a cap on it, to celebrate what we've done and what we're doing and what we're going to do, and take it from there. And if folks want to keep on going or revisit Lincoln or whatever, then
Sure.
that's cool. We're going to
Right.
officially end the event
Yeah.
there, and it just made sense. So
Yeah, and you're right, because Albuquerque is the main place that folks are flying out of, so it just is kind of on the way. And on that note, I mean, there's so much other things to see, Billy the Kid wise, all over those areas. If there's anything else in your head that you're thinking of that you want to see, message us. Let me know. I'll help you get there for the most part. Because again, I could have thrown 20 things in there. I just tried to hit some of the big ones that would be somewhat easy for people, and the main ones that people really talk about. But yeah, if there's other things, please let us know. I mean, because you're right, getting back to doing a bigger event. I used to, I haven't done it in a couple years, but I plan it out and schedule it, and I'd take a 5 or 6 day trip through New Mexico and just see all these things. And and you still can't do it all. I mean, I've done several 5 or 6 day trips, and I just have to kind of focus to certain geographic locations. I mean, I took one trip and I just focused with Mesilla, Las Cruces, the Garrett murder site, Tularosa, and that White Sands area, because it's just so much to see. You could spend 2 days just going over to Silver City and Bonita, Camp Grant, Arizona area. So it's definitely a lot to do. It's impossible to do it in one trip. Trust me, I've tried. But yeah. So, anyways, man, I hope everybody's really pleased with what we've done. Hopefully, it goes off without a bang, or with a bang, however you say that.
yeah.
Um, we're gonna have a good crowd, good group of folks. I think the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department's even going to come hang out with us and eat some barbecue. So we'll be glad to see those folks. We thought that'd be appropriate to meet and greet with those guys. Oliver, the historical director of Lincoln County, I'm probably have his title wrong. I know he's going to be there. Of course, Brandon will be there. A lot of cool locals. And all our people. So, man, I'm really excited. Again, we're a week and a half out. Message us,
Yeah.
email us, let us know what else we can help y'all with to make the trip better. Oh, last thing, we included in the email, but make sure to bring lawn chairs. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but Amy's place, there's only so much seating there. Obviously, all that's going to be outside in the front. So bring your own lawn chairs, BYOB. We'll have some waters and stuff, but I would really encourage everyone to bring their own beverages, whatever that might be, and their lawn chairs. And we'll take care of the food and the music, and we'll have a nice evening. I'm excited.
Yeah, when you plan something like this, it's very stressful because you're like, I want this to be a good event that people enjoy, and I just want it to come off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the phrase we're looking for.
With a bang,
thanks,
hit,
Colin.
whatever.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this is a group of us who we're all passionate about Billy, and we're getting to hang out in Lincoln at the Ellis House, and it's like when you start with that, it's really hard to come away with a negative view. So hopefully we're all going to have a great time, music, food, all the historic sites. And it's going to be, I'm super excited. It's all I'm thinking about. I'm ready to hit the road right now. So
absolutely.
I just can't wait.
Well, man, I'm glad we got to cover this. Like I said, I wanted to cover it about a month ago, but I figured we'd wait and hold this off to the very end while it's fresh on everyone's mind. So again, we'll resend out emails once again just to make sure there's no glitches. Everyone, please try and print them off during the week, just because internet service is choppy. Internet, again, as far as Venmo and all that, paying these guys that have books or whatever else, I can't guarantee internet service there. Bring cash. I don't want to tell you who will and will not accept checks, so I'd probably just say bring cash with you. Man, it's going to be a good time. Like I said, email us if you forget anything else. We'll be rolling in sometime Friday evening, but we've got a monument to set up, so I'm probably going to be busy and getting my ass kicked until probably late Friday night, and then we're going to get up Saturday morning. We're going to kick this off. So, man,
y'all just let me know when that monument's set up and everything, and I'll roll in.
No, we're saying, you and Mike both, every time we do a monument, Mike's got some medical problem or back hurts or COVID or, gallbladder surgery. So I'm going to put that fool to work. But, all right, guys. Well, let's cut it down. We'll cut it short tonight just because, believe it or not, I've still got stuff to do. We're still packing and getting stuff ready. And, cool. Hopefully I didn't miss any questions. We'll check the comments and we'll get back to y'all. Most of you guys that are on this show all the time know how to find us. So please. Is
Pat's house still in Roswell?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Yeah. If anyone wants to find that location, holler at me and I can tell you how to get there. It's on private property. So I'd recommend visiting with the people that own it, but I can tell you where it's at. It is still standing for now. But it needs some work. Yeah. Anyways,
all right,
that's all I got. James, you got anything else?
Yeah. No. Thanks for tuning in. And for those folks coming out, we'll see you in Lincoln.
Yep.
It'll be a good time.
Soon. About a week.
Cool.
Bye,
you guys. Have a good evening.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Damn dog.